Well, look at this progress on the border.
And things are pretty quiet here. We don't have any migrants behind the wall, and these tents that have been set up by volunteers to give out food and water have been closed off. It's actually been quiet here for several months, ever since the Biden administration started to crack down on the border during the president's final months in office. Despite that, President Trump is continuing his promise to secure the border. The Pentagon's even sent air resources to the border. That is an Osprey flying right there. Troops have been putting barbed wire on the border wall fence all week, usually at night, not far from here in the San Ysidro area. And Marines have been adding reinforcements to the border wall, all part of the White House's promise to secure the border. Now, here inside the tent, you can see it's fully stocked with donations from volunteers. We have clothing for children, water, food, and we also have brochures letting asylum seekers know what their rights are under U.S. law. But it is quiet here. It is nothing like it was last spring when we had thousands of migrants coming here to the border wall every single day. I was here talking to some of those asylum seekers who had come all the way from Afghanistan, coming to the U.S. to have a better life. And we really haven't seen crowds like that here in many months, in fact. Still, the White House determined to secure the border, saying most Americans want this. In fact, our own poll that we did at ABC 10 News about 2 months ago found that about 50% of people who took the poll and live in San Diego County want the border secured and support mass deportations. I was shocked.
The nonprofit Al Otro Lado tells us they got an email notifying them they have to stop their legal orientation program immediately.
We thought it would happen at some point, but not quite as fast as it did.
Up until now, the legal orientation program has been federally funded. It's a nationwide program through the Department of Justice. It relies on local service providers and nonprofits like Al Otro Lado to provide legal services, education, and support to people inside immigration detention centers.
So providing just an overview of the immigration process, what legal rights are, what asylum looks like, and other things like the credible fear interview.
Noah Montague is a DOJ accredited representative with Al Otro Lado. That means he has the credentials to offer this legal support and education to those inside detention centers. It's something they've been doing weekly. But as he explains, now their federal funding has been cut.
I feel these people are not going to have access to just information, right? So most of these people have never been detained. Most of them are non-English speakers.
The nonprofit has a history of helping migrants along the San Diego border. We spoke to this volunteer in Jacumba in June last year as they helped migrants with water and shelter after they crossed the border.
We're definitely concerned about dehydration, heat stroke, heat exhaustion.
Their newest challenge is one with no easy answers. Up until about a week ago, information about the legal orientation program could be found on the Department of Justice website. Now, the page says it cannot be found.
We were having 23,000 crossing every day. I interviewed a Border Patrol agent. I thought it was 12,000. He laughed and said it's more like 23,000. So seeing this is so refreshing. It's amazing what President Trump is getting done in his first 2 weeks, not his first 100 days. Thank you, Mr. President. We appreciate you. We appreciate your concern for our safety, and we appreciate you keeping promises. It's very refreshing.